Y'all have any nicknames for Darnell?
I call him Joe and V a couple times. He don't like that.
All right, guys, football is finally back, and I want to say welcome to a brand new episode of Not Just Football. As always, I'm Cam Heyward, and with me is my co-host, Hayden Walsh. On today's episode, we will talk about our special guest we have coming in. But before we get into that, football comes back this week and weekend, and we are going to go through our predictions. But first, we got to talk about our preview of the Atlanta Falcons. Hayden, you ready for this game?
I'm extremely ready. Obviously, I am sitting right outside of Atlanta right now, so I'm very excited you're going to be in town this week.
Yep.
But what are you seeing? Obviously, I think you probably started working on the Falcons probably a couple weeks ago now. What are you seeing from them? They've got some new faces. Kirk Cousins is obviously there, new coaching staff. How are you seeing the Falcons, and how do they compare to the last time you played them?
Well, I think one thing, it's always fun to go to Atlanta. I know everybody likes to talk about the story we have leading up to the Atlanta game. Me and my brother going to visit my pops, his resting site. And then, I'm getting a sack one play. The next couple plays later, Connor gets his first touchdown in the NFL season. I don't know if you can write a better, story than that, but, we get to go for the sequel and we get to have some more fun. Hopefully it's 2 sacks, 2 touchdowns. That would be pretty cool. But then you look at these teams now, from that point on, things have changed. Arthur Smith is with the Pittsburgh Steelers, still part of the situation. Cordell Patterson, who, was tough to bring down in that game for us. He's now on our sideline and can do a bunch of different things. Is always going to stress the either the kicking team or in the running game, or you can put them in different spots. And then you look at the Falcons side of the ball. They got Bijan Robinson, who, man, is a tough runner, can make a man miss in open space. Bring in a guy like Kirk Cousins, who's had a lot of success, can throw the ball around. You got to get him off rhythm a little bit, because he is just, if you let him get in the rhythm and, dice you up early, you're in for a long day. Backing him up is, Penix, which is always a question mark, because, you bring a guy like Kirk Cousins, but, you look at it and say, even if you knock out Kirk Cousins, you got Penix backing up, and that's not going to be an easy feat. A.J. Terrell just signed a new contract, and, he's probably looking to get the get back on Najee, because Najee gave him a mean stiff arm last time. Raheem Morris is now in the situation where Mike T and him have coached together. They're really good friends, and so there's going to be a battle on that. And then you bring in an OC from L.A., Zach Robinson, who's had a lot of success under the Sean McVay tree. And so, there's going to be a plethora of different plays for Drake London and Pitts as well. So, a different scheme altogether. And then we didn't even talk about Matt Judon, who's now over with Atlanta Falcons, who is pairing with Grady Jarrett, who was hurt last year. So you bring in that 1-2 punch. So it's going to be fireworks on their side of the ball, but it's up to us to put them out.
All right, I want to go back to the last time you were in Atlanta. That's the first time and last time you've cried on a football field, right? You were crying when Connor scored.
I don't cry often, but
Okay, there was mist coming from your eyes though that day.
The worst part about it is I thought I didn't get caught, and I was like, "Oh, thank God they didn't get it on TV." I'm like trying to hold it in, but yeah, special moment. You don't really plan for stuff like that, and it was just eerie how it all happened. And it all hit me in a rush. Got to see a lot of my friends after the game, but that's a memory you'll never forget. And, I'm going back to a stadium where my dad played, where my friends are, where I grew up. I actually played in that dome in high school.
Well, no.
Georgia Dome.
I was just say you're a little older than that, bud. The Georgia Dome is where we were going to high school, where it was at. So,
hey, well, screw you. You don't have to keep talking about my age, but
But the comment section was going to bring it up, so I just wanted to cut you.
But it's always fun to make the trip back to Atlanta. I always have a bunch of friends there, a bunch of family. I felt like the roar was so loud when Connor got his touchdown.
Mm-hmm.
That was really fun to see. and hopefully we can do it again.
Oh yeah, Steeler fans are going to travel. But real quick now, let's go to the Falcons now. Do you watch some Rams film, or how are you preparing for this? Because obviously it's going to be a totally different offense with a totally different players, at least at quarterback. How are you preparing for that?
Watching Vikings, Rams, and Falcons preseason, and a little bit of Falcons last year. So, really running the gamut there to make sure I'm nice and ready. I think when you look at what this team has done, they're definitely going to be different from last year. They have a lot of key assets. So, just trying to make sure I'm well versed in it all.
You guys winning this one for Arthur Smith? Feels like a revenge game.
Bump that! I'm winning this one for me. I can't. I gotta have the bragging rights when I go to Atlanta. So no, I'm kidding. But Arthur Smith, I think he's gonna have a great season, and he's got great parts. I'm gonna have to pick his brain a little bit, but I think this should be a fun game.
Yeah, looking forward to it, man. Excited that you're coming back to Atlanta. Not saying you're retiring anytime soon, but just because they're in the NFC, we don't know how many times you're going to be playing in Atlanta. Hopefully you can win this one and, like you said, keep the bragging rights.
Hey, bro, why even? We're not going to talk about the R word anymore, okay? I'm done talking about that.
Oh, I'm just saying the way the schedule lines up. I didn't listen. Move on. Just move on.
Yes. All right, we're going to do things a little bit differently now for our prediction show. Hayden has known me for, over 20 years now?
Yeah, it's sad that applies to us, but yes.
Yeah, he's old too, guys. He's going to guess my answers to each of these prediction questions. So let's start off with the first prediction question. Who will win MVP?
Okay, so you're a total homer.
Yeah.
So I know I'm going to give two answers on this. There's a Steelers answer, and then there's a what if like Cam was really, objectively doing this, he would say. So MVP this year, I think on the Steelers side, who he'd say is, I'm going to say George Pickens is going to have a huge year, and that's who you are going to say will win the MVP. Outside of the Steelers, CJ Stroud.
I wouldn't have said George winning. I think George is going to have a great year. But I'm picking Najee Harris. I think it's time for a running back to get the MVP. Outside of the Steelers, I do like the CJ Stroud. That's got a nice ring to it.
That was straight Ohio State. I was like, I went and found the one guy that I was like, who's Ohio State that he'll still keep it in the family. I'm like, Stroud's it, man. That's who it is.
Of course.
But Najee, huh?
Yeah, I think Najee's due for a big year. I plan on getting him on the pod. I think Najee, we have the offensive line in place. We've got the system having Arthur Smith, and he's ready to tote the rock. I think he's healthy. Looks, his body's feeling good. I think this is a good year for him to have a big year.
He's just gonna have to go nuts to do that. They don't want to give it to anybody but quarterbacks.
Bro, think about it. Derrick Henry. Who did Derrick Henry have? When he won, his MVP. Arthur Smith.
I know, and anywhere he goes, the team can run the football. The Falcons can run it. And I know everybody was so hard on him as the head coach that year, with the Falcons, but they always had a good running game. They could always run the football. So, all right, so Najee's who you're going with, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, Najee. What's the next one?
Now we're gonna go to question 2. Who will win Coach of the Year?
I mean, this is Tomlin. I honestly think you would say Tomlin even if it wasn't like a Steeler thing. So I think it's Tomlin. I think that's probably pretty self-explanatory. If I said outside of Tomlin, I'll say
Tomlin.
Outside of Tomlin, let's go Matt LaFleur. I think the Packers have a big year this year. That's who I think you would say if you couldn't pick the Steelers.
I think the Packers probably will have a good year, but I don't know. I don't know if I have the bandwidth to say anybody else but Mike T.
I mean, that's such an obvious one. I agree. But Mike T, I mean, if you guys can win the division, and he's going to be it. He's going to be there at the end.
But, that's the thing, though. The only thing I don't like about the Coach of the Year, it becomes who's improved the most rather than who's most deserving sometimes. Because that can differ in some years. Mike T's had some really good teams, and I feel like sometimes we forget how good Mike T is at coaching. Look at the gauntlet we have this year. It's going to be, whoever wins the AFC North is really going to have a chance at that, because you got to go down the list with like 6 AFC North games, and so it's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I mean, that's the toughest division in football. I think whoever can survive that and win it, the coach of that team should be at least in the top 3 of the coach of the year, because it's just such a tough division. And you're right, ending the year in 6 of 8 being division games is not. I know you don't want to complain about the schedule, but it's just you guys play physical battles in that division, so it's just tough.
Personally, I don't care, but I know fans get all, oh my gosh, they've got these games on the schedule. It's like, bro, we got these games on the schedule last year. Like, it doesn't really matter when they're at. You just got to play them.
Yeah, but you guys beat the hell out of each other that division, dude. It's so physical. And I'm not saying other games aren't. It's all physical, but the AFC North feels really physical. So, but all right, no one's complaining.
All right, next question. Which team will make the playoffs that did not last year, one from each conference?
Who would you say in that? Well, it can't be the Steelers because you made it.
Right.
So I'm going to go NFC, the Arizona Cardinals. I like that one. I think Kyler Murray comes back, has a good year. Marvin Harrison Jr. has a nice little year. You're rolling your eyes, but you don't know what you're talking about. And then in the AFC, this is always so tough. I'll go the Jets.
The Jets?
Yeah, the Jets. I think Aaron Rodgers comes back healthy. I love their skill guys. The defense is really good. And I think they have a ton of pressure on them. And I think that coaching staff really needs to have a good year. So I think they get to the playoffs as well.
I'm just going to pick teams that, I think people are not going to say. So now I'm going to go bear down. You see that? I'm going to go bear down and choose the Chicago Bears for the NFC team. And then AFC-wise, man, I'm going to say Jacksonville, just because they helped us get into the playoffs last year. Or no, screw Jacksonville. Tennessee, that's what I'm thinking about, Tennessee.
Okay, so Tennessee and the Bears. So you like what the Bears have done there, huh?
Sure.
Okay, nice. All right.
Rookie of the year for the next question.
I'm going to go back to bear down. If outside of the Steelers, obviously on the Steelers, I'll say, man, they never give it to like an offensive lineman or anything. Zach Frazier's a guy who I was thinking about, but I'll go my boy Roman Wilson for the Steelers. Okay, outside of the Steelers, Caleb Williams. I think that's the pretty obvious one. You and your bear down. That has to be who you're thinking.
Well, first of all, you got the Steelers one wrong. You didn't even go defensive side of the ball. You could have went my guy Peyton Wilson getting some reps in there.
That's a good one.
And then I was going to say, for Rookie of the Year, I'm going Marvin Harrison Jr.
Okay.
Got to beat that dude. I know he hasn't signed his Fanatics deal. So be it. Doesn't matter. They're going to throw him the ball.
That Fanatics thing is confusing. Every time I see something new about it is crazy. But yeah, that's a great call. I mean, he's going to be awesome. That's why I think they'll make the playoffs this year, though. I think he has a huge year. I think Kyler Murray come back full year. I mean, I think the Cardinals are going to do something this year. I really do. I say that they're going to go like 4-12 and be terrible now because I said that.
Question 5: Who will win the national championship or national title in college football this year?
I mean, I think I know who the obvious answer you're going to say is Ohio State. They paid $20 million for their roster. If they don't win, it's a complete failure this year. The pressure's on up there, man. The pressure is on. If they don't win it, it's a total failure.
Okay, calm down. It's not a total failure. We're going to win it. I think you talk about how we paid. We invested in some really good talent. You got, I really liked how the quarterback played this way. Will Howard, Jeremiah Smith played very well. The defense was rocking. Jack Sawyer, JT Tuimoloau. I thought, Denzel Burke played good. Got to see our guy Caleb Downs from Peachtree Ridge High School.
Mill Creek, yeah.
But his mom taught Hayden in high school and helped him pass, which is a feat in itself. So, we're always cheering them on, but I just think they're a team destined to win the national championship.
I think they're the favorite. I think there's probably 3 to 5 teams that everybody's kind of naming. To me, it's probably 3. Georgia, Ohio State, and Oregon are the favorites. Maybe throw Texas in there or whoever else. But I think the pressure is on up there, though. You didn't really test yourself yesterday with Akron.
Akron had a pretty good team last year. They had 10 games that they lost by one score last year, and they were returning all their
So
players.
they lost 10 games.
In the last 2 years, they lost 10 games and had one score outcomes where they lost.
Bro, you are not trying to justify Akron as a good program by saying they've been in games. Come on.
You got to respect your opponents, and I did my homework, and I thought Akron early on did a good job. We knocked the quarterback out of the game because they were trying this 2-quarterback system, but I got to tip my hat to the way Ohio State played. Having Chip Kelly is going to be a big difference for this team. I think that's going to matter at critical times. You look at what Chip Kelly does. He runs a pin pull offense, running the ball. He's going to have some design runs for the quarterback, not just a straight draw, but they're going to have like a QB power. I love the way we got our wide receivers involved. That 2 running back system in Quinson Judkins and Travion Henderson, they're going to be lethal as well. So, and then with the Caleb Downs thing, the safety, you look at him and you say he's the guy. I thought Latham Ransom played as well as he could yesterday. So, they might be the best safety tandem in college football. So, they got a pretty good team.
Yeah, no, I mean, the high expectations this year. I mean, and they'll be there in the end. No matter what, the 12-team playoff, they're getting in no matter what. So, just a matter of what the draw is on there. So, all right, let's go to 3 and out here. We're gonna just get a couple different stories, get your opinion on it. All right, first story. Last week was anonymous poll week in the NFL. I'm sure you've been a part of these maybe, and you've heard about these.
I've heard about them. There was like 1 year I was part of anonymous polling for defensive linemen. But then I blew it off because I was like, why am I even taking part in this? And then I started realizing once I didn't take part of this, it was going to affect my ranking too. So I was like, yeah, this isn't for me anymore. I'm not staying in. I'm not in anybody's bushes trying to, figure out who these players are or what they're about, and sometimes it's really hard to really, justify a player over another when some guys don't understand what these players have to do and what their responsibilities are.
Well, that's true. But I'm also like, do you guys care about these? Like, do the guys in the locker room talk about anonymous polls? Because, dude, they get anonymous polls from GMs, writers, and players. It's like, do you guys care what any of these people say?
I think we should do an anonymous poll in the Steelers locker room of, the dumbest freaking things. Because I think we care more about that than what's actually said outside of our locker room. I don't think we brought up once what an anonymous poll does. Or what they're looking at, because does it really matter? You still got to play the games. You could have the best quarterback in the world, but if he plays the best defense and gets shut out, what matters then? That poll's not going to do anything. So, it's just, the agents and teams and front offices. You'd be surprised. I don't think front offices know as much as, you would think know about football. So, there's a lot of people that this really doesn't even apply to.
So if you were in the anonymous poll, you would not have said Josh Allen is the most overrated quarterback in the league?
No, I wouldn't have.
Do you want to name who might be?
Who's the most overrated? Overrated quarterback?
Overrated.
I don't think this player is the most overrated, but I think we hype up some of the craziest things. I think a behind-the-back pass from Pat Mahomes is the most unneeded thing I've seen in my timeline. We act like he has, discovered America for the first time. It is Pat Mahomes is a great talent. Don't get me wrong. And then we act like some of these quarterbacks throw these passes that weren't done 20, 30 years ago. Dan Marino was throwing balls, behind his back and, playing his tail off. But then we act like Pat Mahomes is the first to ever do it. I can't stand, we're all creatures of the moment and we forget about the history of the game. It is beyond me that we hype up the dumbest things and say, "Oh my gosh, this guy just threw a behind the back pass for 2 yards." Okay, wow, that's a great play, but like, let's move on. Let's not think this is the the last thing.
So he's not the most overrated. You just think sometimes we hype up some
Yes.
of the stuff that he does that everybody does.
Yes.
Okay, that's
Yeah,
fair.
I
That's
think
fair. But
every quarterback could do that, and I think we just like the Caleb Williams rolling out to the sideline. I've seen so many quarterbacks do that.
well, so just for the record, Patrick Mahomes is not overrated, though. I don't want
Not-
this to be a
not
headline where you
Not
said
overrated. Not overrated one bit. But I think as fans and as viewers, we hype up the craziest things.
Yeah, I got you. All right, well, let's go to second down. Obviously, you guys were involved with San Francisco and trade talks, whatever, but there's another guy in San Francisco who's one of the best players at his position in the league. Trent Williams has not shown up to anything for training camp, hasn't done anything. He's considered one of the best tackles in football and probably one of the best tackles since he's been in the league. Does a guy like that really need to be at training camp? Do you trust he's just getting the work in and he'll be ready to go?
He'll be getting the work in to an extent. I always think like you need to build up a good callus on your body going into the season. Hitting people, hitting folks. It's not a learning scheme thing. Like the dude's been in the same system for a good bit. It's not like they're gonna bring out a brand new playbook. Even if they were, they probably would have sent him it anyways. But physical prep wise, I think he's just missing that callus of going up against your team for a good couple weeks and allowing yourselves to just keep producing that way.
Yeah, and I know last year you got hurt in that game you played him, and I think you've only played him 2 other times before that. Do you have any good Trent Williams stories? I mean, you've heard the things about how we've all heard how strong he is and how tough he is to get around. Do you have any experience playing against him or heard anybody else trying to get around him?
Well, Trent's one of those heavier O tackles that bullies a lot of those little guys, and there's a lot of respect there. I think Trent is, if not the best left tackle, he's one of the best. So, he's got a good move where even if you beat him, he's able to do. They call it's like a tuck rule where they, like, if you beat him to a spot and it's going the complete opposite way, he's able to slingshot you. And so, he's got tricks of the trade that way. And I think it's not just a physical labor that he provides. He's got a mental thing that allows everybody else to play off of him. He's the big bully of the group. He's the guy who, I saw one clip where Deebo Samuel was getting jumped by a bunch of different guys, and Trent stepped right in and handled that. There's clips of him fighting other people. Like Trent is the guy who sets the tone. Isn't going to play those games. He's the Marquise Pouncey's of the group. He's the guy who stirs the drink for the group, and everybody follows.
Yeah, no, I always think back to that. I think it was Richard Sherman, where he basically just told him, "I'm going to punch you in the face," and Sherman said, "Do it," and he did not hesitate, just punched him straight in the face. So, yeah, not somebody you want to mess with for sure. All right, third down here, and this one is a little near and dear to my heart. Did you watch the Untold series, Connor Stalions, Sign Stealer?
Was he in there, or was that somebody else?
No, that was him. That Central Michigan it wasn't, but that was him. That was him in the documentary, and in the back of all the Barstool Pizza reviews and stuff like that. I mean, so many people in this documentary. Dave Portnoy is in there. Connor Stalions is in there. All these people discussing this. What does someone at Ohio State guy think about the documentary, The Untold? Because as a Michigan fan, it was honestly just reliving the national championship season.
First of all, I'm pretty convinced that Connor Stalions was also Brohio in the thing.
That's Pete Thamel. Brohio's Pete Thamel.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
No, he's not.
By the way, that guy's just as ridiculous as Stalions. Can we agree on that?
I think it's Connor just messing around. I honestly do. I think this is all like. I'm very disappointed in Netflix. I thought this was very one-sided and didn't really give all the facts that need to be had. And then, like, to leave it as everybody does it, like, I think that is it's a lame excuse.
Everybody's doing it, Cam.
Oh my gosh, everybody's doing it.
They are. Everybody's doing it.
I can guarantee you I've never seen anything like that before. I've never been a part of a team that goes like this when it's passed because we all know it's going to be passed because we've been given information.
Yeah, but he's been able to do that before he got to Michigan. They showed the clip where he played Ohio State at Navy, and he was calling all y'all's plays there.
Right, but he didn't have the whole team doing it. He was the guy doing it. He was sharing so much at Michigan, I think, that everybody was in on it.
No, everybody was not in on it.
Bro.
I think it's one of those things that Harbaugh knew he was getting the signs, didn't care how he was getting the signs, and didn't want to know how he was getting the signs. It was kind of like, now listen, if you want to say lack of institutional control, that's fine. But I don't think Jim Harbaugh knew he was on the sidelines at Central Michigan. Come on.
Yes.
No.
Jim Harbaugh definitely did. Jim Harbaugh is Uncle T. I'm just going to put that out right now.
No, he's not. They showed who Uncle T was.
Uncle T. This is all a setup, and we should all be asking Jim Harbaugh these questions.
No. And you should be thanking Michigan because now Ohio State finally ponied up the dough and paid $20 million for this year's roster, and you guys probably could maybe win a national championship this year because of Michigan. Congratulations.
No.
You're welcome.
We were going to spend that money regardless, my guy.
No way. If you guys had not lost 3 straight to Michigan, there's no way the boosters are dropping $20 million. No way.
They were already dropping that, my guy.
Oh, how much did you get?
I didn't get any. That's the problem.
Yeah, your teammates all got it. You didn't accept it.
When I was in college football, that's the problem. We were all acting like the rules applied, but then then we just thought, oh, everybody else can get cars, and then not everybody got cars. So it's just ridiculous.
Well, and I would say you can speak from experience because you were, your senior year, you were a part of a major scandal. That's just what your program did to you, and I think that's coming from experience.
It's funny you of all people who gave me all this crap all these years. This didn't happen. You guys cheated, and you guys did all this stuff under the table, and you acted like you guys were above everything. Now it comes to find out you guys are below all of us for what you guys are doing.
No, they just did it better than everybody else. Everybody was doing it. That's very clear. Okay.
Hayden, you're part of the manuscript too. Like this is ridiculous. You and Connor Stallions probably did this all together.
The manifesto, baby.
And I will say, Netflix, Connor Stallions looks like Izzy from Love Is Blind, and it's very, very strange. Like I feel like Connor Stallions, once he got fired, just won the Love Is Blind and Perfect Match, and thought it was going to be a great thing for him.
That's just you thinking all bald guys look alike. That's all that is. That's all that is. That's all that is. All right, we're going to go to 4th down. You can punt on this one if you don't want to. This is kind of a different story. Colorado man is left during a office retreat and forced to survive in the woods for a night after he got hurt. Well, first off, how would you feel if you went on a retreat with the Steelers and you got left in the woods? And how long do you think either of us could survive in the woods?
Well, before we get to that, I'm never punting on the situation.
Okay.
I treat this like Madden, and I'm going for it.
Okay.
But if the Steelers left me on a retreat, and I'd be pretty pissed. I'm not gonna lie to you. But I think I could last longer than you. I think you put the gel in your hair and you just start freaking out, and it wouldn't be a good sign for you. But I could make it a couple days. Maybe.
No shot. Now, you might outlast me. There's no way you could make it a couple days. No way. No way. Have you seen the Office episode Survivor Man where Michael tries to go out Survivor? That's what you would be. You'd be cutting up your pants, no, you could not survive a couple days.
I think I would make the animals and everybody feel so uncomfortable that everybody would just be like, oh, just deal with it. I think I'm built for that situation.
No way, dude. You need some berries
for that. You think I could be that guy in 127 hours, getting your arm stuck in the. That could be me. I can handle myself.
No,
I'm not saying I'm drinking pee or nothing, but I'm good. I'd be good.
You would be horrible. You'd eat something that you shouldn't have eaten, like a mushrooms or something like that. You'd get violently sick. You would not make it. No way. I wouldn't either. I'm making it very clear.
Revenge here. I'm gonna find things to eat. I'm gonna cook fish and start a fire and bro.
Okay, we're doing it. When you retire, we're doing a 2-day camping trip. Me and you out in the woods. We're gonna videotape it and see who's. It's gonna be basically naked and afraid for us. We're just gonna go out and do it. Okay, we're not gonna be naked though.
Why, I was going to say, why do we have to be naked for this?
It's just the only show that I do off the top of my head. We don't have to be naked, really. That's fine. But we're going to do that. We're going to see who can survive, because there's no way you know how to start a fire, you're not catching a fish, and you're not cooking the fish. No way.
Why?
Because I've known you for 20 years and never seen you do any of that.
Bro, because I haven't had to.
You don't want to.
You put me in the right situation, I will do it.
No. We would both die quickly.
No, we won't die.
8 hours. Neither one of us could last 8 hours.
What?
No.
First of all, I'm going to sleep away half of the time.
Well, I mean, that doesn't count.
Yes, it does.
We could not be awake for 8 hours. That's for sure. We'd get bored.
You'd get bored.
I would. I hate the outdoors. I don't want to do any of that.
All right. Well, thanks for listening on our preview and our stories throughout the week. But now we get to share some really cool episodes or interviews we had with the tight ends, Pat Freiermuth and Meatball Shrimp Cocktail Connor Heyward. And then we also had another episode in Keanu, Benton, and Nick Herbig, Wisconsin teammates, now Steeler teammates. So have a listen, and make sure you like and subscribe on Not Just Football here with Cam. Hey, what's up, guys? I'm Cam Heyward, and we are here on Not Just Football with Cam Heyward, and we are joined with Hayden Walsh. But today we have some special guests, Pat Freiermuth, and that little guy down there, Shrimp Cocktail or Meatball. Let's start it off.
Already.
Pat,
What's up?
what do you call Connor? Meatball or Shrimp Cocktail?
I call him Meatball. I call him Beezy.
Beezy? What
Beezy.
What is Beezy?
Beezy. It just stuck. Meatball,
Meat?
whatever.
He calls you call him meat?
No pause.
Wow. Connor, do you have any nicknames for Pat?
Pat or Moose? Pat or Moose?
Patty?
Patty
Melt?
Nah. He's on his Bobby right now trying to make it awkward.
Yeah, I am. All right, real question. Would you rather run block or pass block?
Run block.
Run block?
Run block.
I mean, run block. Yeah, I don't want to pass, bro. I'd rather run block.
It depends if we have
If
tackle
I'm
help or not.
blocking,
Like
you
if
know
we're
what I mean?
chipping, that's fine. Do you consider that pass?
Pretty much.
Yeah, then chipping.
How do you guys like being in Arthur Smith's offense?
Love it. Are you gonna give me anything to
Come
work
on,
with? Like,
y'all got to give me more than
Yeah,
that.
he's not even talking. No, I love it. I think it's great for the tight end room. It gets a lot of us on the field. A lot of 12, 13 personnel. I think he does a really good job at utilizing our skill set to, advantage us over the defense. And so I think it's been awesome so far.
Yeah, like Pat said, just lining us up in a variety of different formations and just letting us showcase what we're able to do. Like today, he lined me up all over, but he's lining us up all over throughout camp just to see what we're comfortable with and see what we're able to do. So when game time comes, we're able to do those things.
I know Darnell's not here, but explain each of y'all's skill sets because they're all very different.
Yeah, I mean, I think, for Darnell, I think he's obviously the bigger of us. So obviously.
He's also the oldest, right?
No, he's the youngest.
Damn near 40 years old.
Yeah, literally. No, but he's obviously the bigger of us, so, he's 6'9", 300 and
Hey.
300 plus.
Hey.
So, obviously, he's going to be asked to, block those, 3 techs, those DNs and all that kind of stuff. But I think, I'm obviously more of a pass catcher, but I think, I think in this offense it puts me up in certain situations where I can thrive in the blocking game as well.
Yeah, Darnell, Prue are obviously the blocking tight ends, bigger tight ends, but they're able to catch the ball. They can run every route as well. Me and Pat, Rodney, different skill set, but obviously Pat's the future guy, but I feel like we're all good at, blocking in space, coming back across formation and just, blocking in a variety of ways. And obviously, with having those two guys, they don't ask us to do too much. But, when called upon, we do have to bite down and, hold our own.
Big Ten football.
Yeah.
Penn State. What's their record going to be?
I don't know. We don't have Ohio State this year. We do have Ohio State. We don't have Michigan this year. So, I think, 11-1, 10-2 maybe.
This is the same thing Nick Herbig said about Wisconsin.
We'll make the playoffs for sure.
Yeah, it's 12 teams.
I'll put 100 on it that we'll host a playoff game.
You can't bet We can't be betting, okay?
Oh, okay, that's right. Sorry.
All right, off camera, we'll put 100 on.
Yes. yeah.
Connor, what's Michigan State gonna do?
Yeah, we really gotta talk about that.
Hey,
Maybe they're gonna get 500. Maybe they're gonna get the Duke's Mayo's Bowl.
new head coach. After everything the university's gone through, coaching staff, I just wanted 6 games. And that's not asking for too much. So if y'all see this, I need 6 games. And beat Michigan, of course, what we always do, Hayden.
I mean,
Hey, what we always
when
do.
is the last time it happened? You were in school when the last time it happened. So
I only lost to y'all once.
What?
I lost to y'all once.
The last time you guys won was when you were in school.
I was popping it.
Yeah, I mean,
Hey.
Best game in college for each of you.
Best game. For stat wise or
Atmosphere.
honestly, I think my best game was probably when we played in Minnesota my sophomore year. We lost, but it was I think we were undefeated 8-0, and then they were 7-1. That was the year that they had Bateman and Tyler Johnson, and they were a good team. But that was statistically my best game.
Either.
Oh, and I scored 3 touchdowns against Michigan State. I forgot about that.
Ooh,
You
little
scored 3,
spicy.
right?
Yeah, 3. Yeah.
I was in the portal.
Yeah,
Then.
that's
I was
why.
chilling.
He played defense.
I had a
chilling in
pump
the
fake.
portal.
I was pump fake.
Cool, Connor. Chilling in the portal.
But I would say Utah State, my sophomore year, playing running back.
You wouldn't say versus Pitt?
Nah, I scored twice.
You kind of ate
Bro,
against
Bro,
us,
you
though.
balled out versus Pitt.
But it was against Jordan Love. He was the quarterback, and it was a good game. We were going back and forth.
He balled out against us at Penn State too.
No, I didn't score, but
Yeah, you
I
had
caught a
like
couple
100.
screens.
You remember
fake
that game?
punt.
Yeah.
He remember us in the snow. You weren't there, but
Joey Porter Jr. off to the side talking about it. What we've gone through a big change at quarterback in the quarterback room. How's it been like having those quarterbacks now that we have?
It's been good.
Why did y'all look at each other like
I don't know if you want to go first. It's been good. I think obviously, like you said, we have every quarterback in our room is new, so just getting used to them, and I think it's helped that we've all kind of learned a new system together.
Yeah.
They can see things in the plays, and I can see it a different way, but it's all new, so we can come to a resolution quick. I think that's what Art's been really good at is, it's not just we're doing it this way. It's a collaborative effort, and I think it's been pretty smooth so far.
Yeah, all 3 quarterbacks have a lot of experience before they even got here. So whenever each one of them are in the huddle, it's like a starter quarterback's in the huddle, and they command the offense. They do a good job getting everybody set and just running the show, honestly. They all have different skill sets. They're all mobile, but obviously Justin can run. He can go. And, Russ, when he scrambles, he's still looking downfield. And then, Kyle, he does a good job of just putting the ball up there and trusting us. And we've seen different things from all of them. And, whoever, is the quarterback, we know we have a lot of confidence behind them, and they'll take us far.
Have you guys had any advice given to you from Heath Miller?
Yeah.
Yeah, expand on that. Like
He's not even giving money.
I have, but no, I'll go. Nothing crazy, but whenever I see him, I know I'm wearing 83, and I didn't ask for that. They gave it to me, but I know I have to wear it and honor his jersey. Obviously he's one of the best tight ends ever played, and play for the Steelers. So I know whenever I go out there, I have to honor him and play for not just myself.
What was the advice he gave you though?
The advice, go out there.
Go out there.
I mean,
Go
you
out
got a
there.
ball. It's football at the
That
end of the
sounds
day.
like Heath, right? Go out there.
You said a few words.
Yeah.
What have you learned from Pat, though? You've been in the league a little bit. Pat's kind of the older guy in the room now. What have you learned from him?
Just watching him, honestly, running certain routes, but also no, he does critique me. Just getting into my route sometimes faster, some of the options, but just seeing how he's so subtle in his movements. And me, sometimes might make one more move than I have to, put more extra sauce on it, and sometimes he just does a good job of just, get straight to it. And not everybody you want to hear constructive criticism from, but he's one of the best tight ends. So, when he speaks, I listen, and I just listen to him.
Do y'all have any nicknames for Darnell?
I call him Joe and B a couple times. He don't like that. But no, not for real. Call him Nail. Too tall.
Too tall.
Nah. Coach, I said, yeah, you can tell. Don't tell the story, but what did Coach call him?
Honey bun.
Honey bun?
Honey bun. I'm gonna keep the story within that. But I'll
no,
tell you
Coach
off.
Tom-
Oh,
Coach
there's
Tomlin
a
was
story
taking it-
behind that we
There's a
need.
story. Come on.
We need
Come
the
on,
story.
give me the story. As long as it's appropriate.
Come on.
Nah,
How many honey buns?
Nah, we ain't.
Nah, so basically, we had him go to the store and get snacks for the tight ends, and he went and got all these snacks, and he got some honey buns, and there was 2 honey buns that were missing, so he just grabbed himself 2 honey buns right off the bat, and then when we came in the next day, there was no honey buns in
There
there.
were
But
two,
Coach,
yeah, we were all like, who opened the box? You're
but
awful
Coach
at telling that
Tomlin's
story.
room is right there. He said in the middle of the night he went and grabbed a honey bun too. So
That was awful telling the story, but whatever.
Yeah,
I didn't really want to make it sound too bad. Like, you know what I mean?
We'll move on.
2 honey buns. Okay. All right, we're gonna run through some questions, some quick questions. If you could play any other position, what would you play?
Quarterback.
Receiver.
You are a receiver.
Or a receiver?
No, like every down receiver. Like you know how it is.
Strap.
You know, bro. I'm not a receiver. What do you mean?
Best
DBs
dress.
on the side are laughing at that. Too.
Yeah.
Is that a dumb
They
question?
think they're bad
Y'all know
I'm
there's a difference between
saying.
receiver and tight end. Y'all know that.
Yeah.
Best dressed on the team.
Minka.
Minka?
He got some good suits. I don't really pay attention.
What about you, Connor?
He's mad. Don't say him.
It's not Cam.
It's not Cam.
He has a whole stylist.
Yeah,
Like
look at him. He's mad.
I wake up and put it on. Like
It's definitely
if
not
it's not
Joey.
We can
sweats,
tell.
like
We can
y'all-
tell.
Come on, y'all know game day. Yeah, but like, I don't know, cause some people are like
Sean's up there.
right
Deshaun.
field
Who?
with it,
Deshaun
but
Elliott.
like.
Deshaun
He's
Elliott?
up
Like GP has like his swag is different. Everybody's swag
Why are you
different.
just talking to Joey? Talk to
Yeah,
him.
talk to the camera.
Yeah.
Joey, not-
Cause he's over here talking.
Worst dress.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't really get fitted up, but
Yeah.
I'm not the worst dressed. I just do
But who's
casual
the worst
stuff.
It's nobody in the tight end room.
Who is it? Why you look?
I don't even
Why
know.
you look over at
I don't
JJ
know.
like?
I don't
You're
know.
looking at-
I feel
I
like
don't know.
we
He's
have
best dressed a couple
Yeah.
times, so I don't think it's him. Yeah.
Who is the
There's
worst
some
dressed?
old linemen.
That's just the media taking pictures of him. They want Joey Porter. That's not saying he's fly.
Who is the worst? Who is the worst? I'm trying to think. I don't even
We
know.
got a new team, so we got to see this year.
Just a guess. Who would you think is the worst dress?
I'm going to put Troy up there.
Justin fit was smooth for preseason.
He just said the worst. He's saying the worst outfit, Connor. I would put Troy. Fatuna.
Troy Fautano.
Fatuna.
What do you wear? What do you wear?
I don't know. I haven't seen him out. I haven't seen him wear anything yet.
O lineman.
I'm gonna dress better than Cam this year. No stylist.
Show of hands. Who believes that?
All right, bet. I'm gonna throw a suit in there. Away game.
A
one
suit
time.
in there. That
It's
is
one
not
time. It's
gonna
gonna be
get it
uncomfortable,
done.
but
Best cook on the team.
Let's cook.
Alex Highsmith.
Alex.
Ooh.
Yeah, Alex is up there.
Worst cooked on the team.
Connor.
I can make good breakfast food.
You just crack some eggs and put it
yo.
on.
Some for
Yeah,
real.
Connor.
Pancakes,
Connor for
chocolate
sure.
pancakes.
Or Darnell. Darnell will be up there.
Yeah, I don't know if he
Darnell
cooks.
doesn't cook.
Darnell doesn't cook. All he does is eat honey buns, right?
yeah, yeah.
Person you don't want to room with at camp.
Darnell.
We
Why
room
you-
with. We literally room with
but
him right
like,
now.
If I was on his side,
room with him
if
right
I was on his
now.
side, no, because he plays the game all night and he snores.
No, Connor. I mean, Darnell's fine to room with. He's fine.
I'm just saying, if I had to be on the same side, or
I
in
am
the
on
same
his
room,
side. He's fine. Don't be dissing my side.
He has a sleep machine.
Nah, I don't know. Probably you, honestly.
Okay.
Darnell's snoring.
He's snoring.
Person you do want to room with.
I'm cool rooming with Connor.
I'd be chilling.
I'd be
Clean, quiet, clean up after myself.
I hope so.
Man of the people.
What do we have to do to win a Super Bowl?
I think we just have to show up and play to our abilities. I think we definitely have the talent on the roster. We have the right guys. We have the right culture. We just have to go out in the stadium and execute. From what I've seen in practice so far, I think this has been one of the better teams I've been on since I've been here. So we just got to go in the stadium, execute, and stack wins.
Yeah, we got weapons on both sides of the field, but just putting it all together, going out there, just being focused, everybody being on their assignment. Because I feel like if we lose this year, it would be us beating ourselves compared to somebody beating us. Because anybody can get the ball and anybody can make a play, and then our defense, we got guys at every level.
I'm looking at you guys. Are these beards here to stay? What is going on?
Yeah. I'm not shaving mine.
I shave my face like just randomly, so we'll have to see.
Oh,
No, I talked to Kiesel and he said he likes it, so I think I have to grow it
keep
up.
it on or Kiesel?
I think so. I talked to him at your softball game.
Yeah.
He's giving me advice. The beard
Can we
oil.
get long hair?
No.
No?
It grows out. It wouldn't look good. Joey's seen it. My long hair at Penn State. Yeah.
You got the last one.
All right, before we get out of here, we play a game with all of our guests. Ask Cam anything. It can be about anything you want, football, life, whatever. And he has to answer it. So please, go ahead. Both of you can ask the question.
Who's more athletic, me or you?
Me.
You don't believe that?
All right, I got two questions.
Yeah.
Who's your favorite brother?
Who's my favorite brother?
And then the second one is who's your favorite kid?
Wow.
You won't get me. No.
Answer
When
the
it comes
brother. He won't answer the
on the
kids.
brother, right now, here, Connor. I'll say right now.
Corey, you're my favorite.
Actually, Craig's my favorite. Corey and Connor they be plotting on me.
No, who's your favorite kid?
No. I love all my kids equally
Oh
in different
my
ways.
God.
We'll talk about that off camera.
Wait,
We'll talk about that off camera.
as the uncle, who's your favorite kid?
Whoever's behaving at the time.
That's actually a good question.
For real.
That's a good answer. That's fair.
All right, I want to say thank you to Connor and Pat for coming on. You guys have been amazing, and that is our show. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of Not Just Football with Cam Heyward. Got my dude Hayden here. But today we are joined by some Big Ten guys, some Badgers,
Yes, sir.
Nick Herbig and Ray Charles, Keanu Benton. First of all, I want to ask, Keanu, how's the eye feeling? The snake eye.
Man, it's feeling good. I'll be back on Wednesday. I'm ready to go.
What happened?
Who
hit you?
It was 70 or 57 from the Texans. I don't even know his name, but Milk was pushing him down. I was making the tackle. I still made the tackle, but he got in my face mask for sure.
Can you see now? At
I
least?
can see.
Okay.
I'm good.
Nick, I guess it's for both of y'all. Let's talk about the Big Ten. Let's talk about how the Badgers are going to finish this year.
Oh, I'm thinking like 11-1, maybe. Yeah. For sure.
That's OD, right?
And it's a 12-team playoff this year, so we'll probably be like 6 or 7. I'd say.
At 11-1, y'all
Yeah.
are going to be 6 or 7.
No, we're gonna be like the 6 or 7 seed. You know what I'm saying?
But
Like-
but you're 11-1. Though.
yeah, but there's gonna be at least 4 or 5 teams undefeated. Alabama won't be undefeated because we're whooping them week 2 or week 3 in Camp Randall.
So you'll be in Alabama.
Yes.
What about you?
You know, I'm a Badger at heart, but that game gonna be a little tough. My heart wanna say the Badgers gonna win, but it's gonna be a tough game for sure.
Did y'all ever think y'all were going to be playing together once y'all got to the league?
No. I think we manifested it though. Like we trained together and everything, and then just kind of talking about it. Like, oh, what if we get to drafted to the same team? And then we was talking with Nate. Like
that was crazy.
Yeah, like I can't wait to go against you. Yeah.
Like we're training for the combine together. We're training in New Jersey because we training with my brother, with Lane, and we got to train out there, Gabe, and we talking about like, oh, when my brother signed here. We're like, because he signed here in like February, and we like, oh, I hope I go to like the Browns or the Ravens so we can play you at least twice a year. Like I want to smash you. I can't wait to murder you. And then our trainer, he like, bro, what if all you guys play together on the same team?
He's like,
how crazy?
nah,
We're like,
nah.
bro, that's not happening, bro. Bro, draft day comes around, and like he called me. He's like, bro, I'm going to the Steelers. We start popping champagne. We're like, yeah. I called him back the next day. Hey, I'm going to the Steelers. Yeah. Crazy, bro.
That was a crazy experience.
Yeah,
for sure.
that was crazy. That was lit.
When did y'all become friends?
His freshman year.
Halfway through my freshman, he ain't messing.
Nah,
with me.
look. Okay, so freshman year, like
I had to prove my worth.
I was a sophomore, and like I was really taking it serious. Like this is when I really started seeing that I was good at football. So I'm like, all right. I started my freshman year, and I was like kind of locked in, separated myself, and then I had like 2 other friends, Rodas and Gio, and he would hang out with Rodas all the time, but I didn't like hanging out or nothing. I was one of those homework guys, stay in the house. So he'd come over, and I wouldn't talk to him anything. And then next thing you know, I'm just over his house all the time. We're chilling, playing the game, doing homework over there, all type of stuff. So it was like,
Yeah.
it just kind of became that brotherhood, and it ain't never end.
Yeah, we did homework all the time, bro. Big homework.
I did homework all the time.
Oh, so you did the homework for both?
Basically.
Big homework guys, bro. I'm a scholar.
When did he introduce you to like the cooking his mom provides?
Oh, as soon as I came over.
For real?
As soon as I came over, it
Oh,
was.
so you were holding out for a good bit with me.
Yeah.
I didn't get food till what, December?
Well, because my mama didn't really like cook.
No. I know you were giving food to TJ way earlier.
I gave him one plate, bro, because he asked me.
There's a
You
Wisconsin
didn't talk to
connection
me.
there, too. I understand what you
Yeah.
did.
Yeah, that's
He
Oak
Cam did
Oak
not
State,
talk.
bro.
Come on.
Yeah, you did
I
not
didn't
talk to me.
I was like,
I was going to say, and I'm sure there's no way you talked to him when he first got
No,
here.
yeah.
I was going to ask, what
Yeah.
was yours first
I don't know why
impression of
he's
him?
lying, bro.
Yeah,
I'm
he
like,
is. I know him.
I'm like, yeah, bro. Cam, like, whatever. He's like year 14. He's Cam Heyward, like, cool, bro.
What was your first impression of him though? Like, did he talk to you guys? Like, when did he start treating you like you were teammates?
He talked to me because his Papa Tomlin told him he got to take me under the wing.
Papa Tomlin?
And
Wow.
he took
Hey,
me
yo,
under
these
the
glasses
wing.
are tripping me out right now. I'll be honest. Like, you are really turning up with these glasses on.
Hey, I'm in my mode right now. I'm in my mode.
Nah, I trained with Cam before rookie mini camp. I trained with you and Alex for like a couple days.
Both of y'all did. Yeah. Oh,
No.
before training camp.
Yeah,
before
and then we
yeah.
trained again. I think we kind of just, as the season went on, and we just spent more time together.
Yeah.
And Cam realized like I bring the best out in him, so he was like,
Is that what it was?
yeah,
Best out of me? How do you bring the best out of
like
me?
I bring life back into him, you know, because I'm young and ambitious,
He
and
needs that energy. That young energy.
he
That's
feeds
true.
off that young energy.
He do.
Okay. All right, tell me what you think about your rookie years. You know, you guys had two different experiences. What did you take from it? What was the hardest part? Like, what did you really experience in your rookie year?
Yeah, I'll go. For me, it was just the speed of the game was a lot faster than college. So I feel like I had the physical attributes, you know, like hitting guys and stuff, all that extension and stuff. It's pretty much the same. But just the speed of the game and the minimizing of errors. You can't get away with a lot in the league. Like, it comes down to like the little steps, like understepping and I'm behind the block, all that little stuff. So I would say the speed of the game was like the biggest change. And then I just really had to make sure, like, it was hard to communicate with my family and stuff like that while I'm trying to lock in for a season. It's a long season, so it was really just getting back or getting used to having a long season and being able to put those categories into different buckets. Like, oh, I can hang out with my family, talk to my family from this time, and then I got to lock in on the playbook or technique and stuff like that. So it was just basically getting to know my schedule and getting to know, like, my routine.
Yeah, I'd say for me it was a little different because I played a lot of special teams, you know, and I haven't done that since high school. So just adjusting into that new role on the team and like my tier to carve out a space for myself, and definitely the speed because I remember opening kickoff against San Fran, I had the R5, I run down to the 30, I turn around, I set up, he's running past me already. He smacks at Mac, and I'm like, oh, Danny Smith's yelling at me. This isn't called. Blah, blah, blah. I can't repeat what he said, but you know.
Repeat what's that? We all know Danny Smith is wrong.
You know, he's shit's tight. You know, he was on my ass. So yeah, definitely.
I want to bring up this off season because you guys got to really experience what it's like to be an NFL player. We went to the Burt Kreischer concert or comedy tour. How was it meeting Burt Kreischer?
He a dog.
That was lit. Yeah,
Like, you don't expect those guys to be as cool as they are. Like, it's easy, like, when everybody know who you are, it's easy to be fully yourself. But he was a down-to-earth guy, communicated to us like we knew him for years, and it was great.
I thought it was like cool to like see how like they're professionals in their like whatever in their job, and we're professionals, and just to see how they like respect what we do and we respect what they do.
Okay, don't lie, bro. Like, I took my shirt off on tour, right? But then we go, like, we're in the party room after, we're chilling. Bro, you and Bert are the only ones with their shirts off, just chilling. Like, you guys were like spiritual brothers in that moment.
Yeah. No, I don't know why. I just felt like the urge to just like, he had his shirt off and he's like, yeah. And I was just like, yeah. Kind of just, you know, the blood was flowing, the vibes were going.
So we moved to this year. What do you expect from yourselves?
Me just stepping up in that leadership role. I'm still finding out how to lead in general. Figuring out, just carving out that space for myself and figuring out like what's the best way people kind of take to my leadership, and then just excelling and building on what I did last year and on the field.
Yeah, I think anything I could do to help out our room and our team in general, because we all know we need another Lombardi here in Pittsburgh. So, whatever that our team asking me, man, I'll play tight end. I'll go play free safety. Shout out Minka. But
Totally.
no, just being real, like I'll do whatever, man. We really need another Lombardi, so I'm willing to put my life on the line for that.
Okay. You got a little ahead of yourself, but I want you to talk about your daddy, TJ.
There you go. That's
What's
big,
it like
bro.
having Papa TJ around? I'll show you the way.
All right, bro. First of all, he's not my daddy. He's my big bro. He showed me a lot. I think more so, like a lot of people just think about the pass rush moves that we work and do together. Like that's great, but I think just off the field, like him helping me through, pre-practice, warm-up, post-practice, how to manage everything, like not just football, but like my family, other things, money, all of that. Just
He giving you money?
No, bro, like managing money, like being a young guy in the NFL, like managing my money, like, make sure I'm on top of my stuff. So I think that's the part that people don't see is like he helps me off the field, I think, a lot more than you would realize.
We're going to do some quick questions because y'all got to get out of here pretty quick. If you could play any other position, what would you play? You're probably the only one who's going to say O-line.
I'd definitely play receiver, like a wide
I'd be
receiver.
a killer
one.
guard. What?
I'd be crazy at receiver.
Especially on the pool. What? I'm getting out of there. I'd be a killer. Right? I want to play right guard.
Right guard?
Right guard specifically.
Nobody chooses right
man,
guard.
what?
That is wild.
Right guard's crazy.
That is crazy.
And then if somebody bull rush in the center, you get a free shot on the ribs.
You just doing that because you're speaking from experience.
Yeah.
That sounds like a
I know. Yeah. I know when to take those shots.
Best dressed on the team.
I'm gonna go with Lario.
Ooh, that's a good
Go
one.
with Lario.
That's a good one. Ooh, I know people are gonna be mad at me for this one, but I go with my dog JPJ. He be fresh.
People have said that.
He
Joey be
decent.
fresh.
He decent.
Joey be
Worst
fresh.
dressed on the team.
Definitely TJ.
That's crazy.
I feel like he only wear Carhartt, bro. Like, come on, bro.
I'm gonna go with Nate
And a
Herbig because he always
Herbig?
he always
Wow,
tells me.
shout out Big Bro.
He always,
Big
yeah, that's
Herb.
big bro, but he always tells me, "Oh, bro, just put on a hoodie and some sweatpants." I'm just like, bro, every game is crazy. Like, damn.
Best cook on the team.
Definitely me. For
You?
Sure. Yeah.
I haven't seen you cook. I've just seen your mom cook.
Yeah, but like, if my mom make good food, I make
No,
good food.
no, it don't work like that. It don't work.
Wait.
Hey, no, don't bring me in this. He
Mom,
asked
if
you
you're
a
watching
question.
this,
Hey,
Mom, if
so
you're
what do you
watching
think?
this, please shout me out because I get down in the kitchen, Mom. I get down.
No, he do his thing, but I ain't never tasted it, but I seen some pictures and stuff with Alex. Alex look like he know what he doing on the
making
grill
TikTok
for sure.
food, bro. Nobody worry
For
about
sure.
Alex, bro. He using Traeger. That's cheating.
How's that cheap?
Worst cook.
Worst cook, Nate Herbig once again. That boy, he don't cook. Nate Herbig once again. You gonna cook some rice and chicken? That's about it.
I ain't really see nobody cook for real. I ain't never seen you cook.
Yeah, can
You
you cook?
definitely
Why you
don't
guys
cook.
know
You
these
make some
questions?
jambalaya?
You know how to make
That's the only
jambalaya?
thing you talk about.
Yeah,
Jambalaya
alright.
is the only
Bring
thing.
it to the D-line
I know,
room.
I know,
Bet.
I know your wife is the only one who cooks in that house.
Because I'm busy. What you want? I get home at 6 o'clock. What you expect?
Not every day, not in the off season.
Not in the off-season, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't want to cook. Person you don't want to camp with or room with.
Person I don't want to room with. I don't know. I don't like rooming with snorers. I ain't
Who
gonna
do you
lie.
think snores?
For sure.
Probably you, yeah. It gotta be the
For
big.
sure.
Well, don't be pointing at me.
It got to be a D-O lineman.
Yeah, for sure.
O lineman
So
for
you rather
sure.
room with Broderick over me?
Nah, he looked like he snore. He snore when he awake. So I know he snore.
Person you would want to room with.
My dog.
My
My
dog.
dog, G.
Y'all don't even
Oh,
need to be separated. Y'all just
my
want bunk
dog.
beds.
we
I
damn near
definitely
been
gotta be on
rooming
the
together
top, bro.
for
That punk gonna follow
fucking
me.
5 years.
All right, last question right here, and we'll wrap it up. What do we got to do and win a Super Bowl?
It's nothing mystical. You got to keep your head down. You got to grind. Got to get that communication with the team. All be one and go out there and get it.
Gotta execute. Gotta execute.
All right, I want them to do one thing. We play our game here. Any guest can ask Cam anything they want. It can be about life, football, anything.
Bro,
He's
why
gotta
is he-
answer.
why is he
He's
so
got to answer. I see a
excited for
smile
it?
right here. Ask Cam whatever y'all want.
Oh.
Bet. Have you ever in your life dyed your beard to look younger?
Not a chance. Not a chance. I'm
I
not
actually
doing
don't
that.
think he's done it. I don't think he's done that.
All natural. He got so excited now he doesn't have a question.
I do, but it's like
Just ask it.
okay. How much money do you think you've spent at a casino before? One time.
How much money?
Like, how much have you gambled at one night at the
Lost?
casino?
Like lost?
No,
Yeah.
Most I've ever taken out was $2,500.
That's it.
That's good.
I don't like.
That's not bad, bro. I'm proud of you, bro.
That's because the rich get
How about
richer.
we- Flip the question.
You're not gonna ask that.
All right. Well, thank you guys for coming on. Nick, appreciate you. Keanu,
Appreciate you for having us, baby.
Oh,
And that is another episode of Not Just Football with Cam Heyward. Thank you so much.
yes, sir.
Thanks, guys.